looking and durable option for bed protection for your 2007 through 2013 Sierra or Silverado 1500, this TruShield low-profile hard trifold tonneau cover is a solid option to consider. Now, I do want to note that this specific choice has two options for bed size, including a 5.8-foot short box option and a 6.5-foot standard box choice. So just make sure that you're getting the right version for your truck. Now, regardless of bed size, this is for the Silverado or Sierra owner who is in search of both a sleek and premium look to finish off the back of their bed and durable security and protection to any wannabe thieves, as well as tough weather, especially if they're loading up their bed often. Now, while it's not the most affordable hardcover on the paint, it certainly is on the lower side of the spectrum for price compared to other high-ticket choices if you want both a quality cover, but you want to save a few bucks in the meantime. Now, this is a great solution to security, cargo protection, and a better look, all while being completely clamped on, not requiring any hassle in order to install this on the truck. Now, not only is it puncture-proof with the tough build, but it also locks with the tailgate, so anyone that you don't want to get into your bed is not going to be able to with the truck locked. Now, the cover is also very easy to use, very easy to open with a pull cord at the back, releasing 2 pins on either side. It folds very neatly into itself, and if you want to drive with it open on the back for larger cargo to fit above that bed space, it can be secured just like this on the bulkhead with 2 heavy-duty adjustable straps. Now, it even comes with easily removable clamps for the back section. If you, for any reason, need to remove it for full bed access, you can do so in a matter of minutes, making this a pretty flexible system. Now, this system is made of an aircraft-grade aluminum material when it comes to both the panels and the frame, making it very durable against any tough weather conditions, as well as, again, anybody trying to get in. The aluminum is coated in a matte black finish, and the panels in the middle have a textured grain finish to add a little bit of heavy-duty styling to the cover, but the coating on all pieces is there to protect the aluminum from the elements and ultimately corrosion over time. Now, the cover also has some notable but smaller features like thick yet flush rubber seals to keep excessive moisture out, foam blocks on the inside of the folds to prevent any panel-on-panel contact or damage, as well as drain tubes to help with moisture control as well. Now, the rest of the kit also comes with all the necessary hardware like tough aluminum clamps, those foam seals, and smaller hardware for a modification and drill-free install. Now, pricing here is going to vary depending on bed size at about $675 to $950. Now, as I mentioned, even with the range in pricing, this still will save you a bit of cash when putting it up against some of the other choices in the category. Now, while being a little bit more budget-friendly than other premium bed cover options, it doesn't lack in quality with the weather-tight construction, the tough materials that are used here, and some of those smaller details like the easy pull cord at the back and foam blocks to protect the panel. Now, any more affordable and you may lose some of these features that may suit your lifestyle well. So if you want a balance of features when searching for a bed cover, then this is a solid pick. Install here is very easy. It's a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and it really should only take about an hour in order to install it. Now, at this point, I'm going to hand it over to one of our installers here. They're going to show you a detailed breakdown on how you can bolt this up to your Sierra or Silverado at home. So that wraps it up for what I have to say. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, a rubber mallet, the included Allen wrench, and a 16mm socket. What's up, guys? Today we're installing a tonneau cover on our Silverado, so let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is install our foam pad across the bulkhead here. It's double-side tape, so you're just going to peel up the backing. You're going to start at one corner and work your way to the other side. Grab a pair of scissors. On the other side, you're probably going to have some excess that you need to trim off. Now, for demonstration purposes, I'm not going to be installing this, so we're going to move on to the next step. So like I said, you're just going to start at one corner, lay it down, run it across to the other side, and then you've got a good 6 inches of excess that you can trim off with a pair of scissors. Next, we're going to assemble our side rails. So we have this clip that's going to hold down the back half of our tonneau cover. We've got the clip that's going to hold the front half down, and then we've also got our drain tube. So we need to slide these on. We have Allen bolts on both of these clips. that are gonna hold it up against here. Now we're not gonna tighten it down until we get our cover on, because we're gonna have to make some slight adjustments to get it all to line up. So now I'm working on the driver's side rail here. On each end, you're either gonna have an opening or a cap. The one with the opening is where a drain tube's gonna go. The plastic here is gonna match that opening, so you just press it in. You have to make sure you get this piece on first, because you won't be able to get it on once you have that on. So these two pieces are just gonna slide into the channels. So just kind of rotate it. Might have to pull back the corner of this pad here to get it to slide under. Then slide it on, and we'll just let it hang out there for now. And then you can slide your drain tube into that cutout. And you can either give it a couple taps with a rubber mallet, or you can just turn it on the table and just give it a shove to pop it into place. And now on the other side, this piece is just gonna slide on the same as the piece down there. And once again, we're just gonna leave that loose for now until we get our cover installed. So now we're all ready to get our side rail mounted up. So I'm gonna lay this down on the edge of our bed, push it all the way back until it bottoms out on the drain tube. And then I like to just get a clamp as far back as I can, as far forward as I can, and then split the difference as best as I can in the middle. So the first spot where we have good room to get behind is right here. Just gonna hand tighten that, just hold the rail in place. And then the most far forward is right about here. Slide that clamp in place. There's a little notch on this clamp that's gonna slide into this rail to hold it. And then I'll get my center clamp and just go as close to the middle as I can get it. And then just make sure it's all the way back against the bulkhead. And you can take a 16mm socket to tighten up the bolts on your clamps. Now next we need to find a spot to run our drain tube out. Now we have a bed liner in the bed of our truck, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. If you don't have a liner, you should have some grommet so you can run this through to get it to exit the bed of the truck. With the liner in here, you might end up having to drill about a 1/2-inch hole to get this to pass through. For demonstration purposes, I'm not going to be drilling this liner or the bed. So I'm just going to be running it right down through this hole for the tie down. And then you can repeat the process for the rail on the other side. All right guys, so I lifted the tonneau cover into the bed, and we are going to have to flip these two clamps. So I'm going to pull this clamp off and just move it over here so I can slide this down, because our hole is more towards the center than it is towards that side. So I'm just going to loosen this up and flip it. Slide that down. And then just snug it up. So now we're gonna bolt down our tonneau cover to our side rail. So I've got this bolt, we've got a rubber washer in there, and that's gonna be going through the top, through this hole, into that slotted bracket that we installed onto the rail. So you can hop underneath and just line it up with the hole, and then come up top, and just push it through. And then do the same thing on the other side, and we're gonna hop underneath and install our wing nut. So now on the bottom of that stud, we're gonna put a flat washer and a lock washer. And then we're gonna grab our twist knob, twist that onto there. It might be helpful if you have a buddy to hold the top of the bolt so that it doesn't spin while you're twisting this on. And then once you have that tightened down, you have a cotter pin that's going to go through the hole in that stud, just so that your twist knob doesn't come off. Now we can go back to the Allen bolt on our bracket, thread it in the rest of the way, and then take the included Allen wrench to snug that up. And then while we're back here, I'm going to grab my safety strap. There's an oval hole on the bottom of the bracket, so we're just going to clip it into there just like that. And then you can repeat on the other side. And now the last thing we need to do is adjust the latch hooks here. So it's going to be towards the end. When we close up our top, we want this little plunger to latch under there. So I'm just going to adjust this until it's pretty centered on that plunger. And then we're going to take the included Allen wrench, snug it up. And then I'll just pop the cover off and just tighten it down the last bit. And then do that same thing on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the TruShield Low Profile Hard Trifold Tonneau Cover for your 2007 to 13 Silverado and Sierra 1500 with 5.8 foot short and 6.5 foot standard box. Thank you for watching, and for all things Silverado, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.